Millar Farms and trainer Nick Galucci. They're in behind the gate for tonight's fifth race. Gathering speed approaching the start. Often pacing, speed comes outside from I Love On Gate. Stablemate Got the Gold is out fast too. Silver Label up into the top three. Early Prohibition Legal drops in fourth inside. In the Mood is fifth. Sixth outside to Balance. Further back we go seventh to find Velvet Stinger. Speaker Nancy is eighth towards the inside. Gouda 1 has just one rival beaten. Shanghai Seals are trailing 10th. Onto the quarter they go. Long shot leader I Love On Gate on top over Got the Gold in 26 and 3. Silver Label sat in third, but she's not going to sit for long as McNair sits ahead. Silver Label powers her way to the front. Hot on her heels, Stablemate, Prohibition Legal. Then it's back inside to Balance, fifth, sixth in the Mood, gap of 2 to Velvet Stinger. Seventh underway comes Speaker Nancy. Further back to Gouda 1, trailing Shanghai Sealster. Field across the backstretch, Prohibition Legal. The ball is officially in her court as she leads past a 54 and 4 half. Second to the inside, her stablemate Silver Label. I Love On Gate third. Balance with a tough trip. Third outside, she's marching. Picking up her cover comes Velvet Stinger from in fourth now. Trapped into the rail is I Love On Gate fifth. Got the Gold sixth, seventh Overland Speaker Nancy. Further back to Gouda 1. Shuffled, pinned into the rail is In the Mood. Trailing still Shanghai Sealster. Coming up to three quarters, and they chase the favorite Prohibition Legal. She's on top 3 parts of a length. Balance on the outside. Pocket sitter remains Silver Label. Cranked up on cover comes Velvet Stinger off that cover now. 3/4 of 123 and 1, and it's Prohibition Legal into the stretch. First over at her was Balance. Pocket sitter gets the inside lane. Silver Label coming through, and it's Silver Label coming through at the inside as she picks up stablemate Prohibition Legal late. It is Silver Label for McNair to win the super final. Prohibition Legal hung tough to get second. Down the center, Got the Gold third. Balance a tough fourth in 150 and 2.
Silver Label had a race in her stablemate Shadow much of last year, but still put together one heck of a campaign. She turns the tables tonight. Good effort from both. Just Silver Label, she got a great trip and she was live and she looked like the best one tonight.
She looked really comfortable out there. And
Folks, look at here. Look at my way. Big smile. Great, and I'll get you up front for a head.
Here in the winner's circle with the connections of Silver Label getting it done in the OSS Super Final for 3-year-old pacing fillies. First of all, Doug, you picked up this drive, a few times during the season. Pretty nice filly to pick up.
Yeah, their misfortune with the other filly being off for a few months, it's my fortune because once James come back, I got to pick her back up again, so it worked out good, and she raced good again tonight.
And coming into the race tonight, I mean, the barn's got 3 in there, and you're certainly on one of them, probably more powerful ones of that trio. Is that something you're mindful of throughout the race?
Well, we all drew pretty good. We were kind of on the inside of a few of the speed was on the outside of us, so I figured I'd try to take full advantage of it and try to grab a hold of the front as early as I could, and I figured James would be on the move, and she's a nice filly to follow, so she got us to promised land.
She seemed real strong tonight. Safe to say the best she's been since you started driving her?
Yeah, she was real good. Last week the other filly James, she'd run out a little bit, and mine was running in, so this week I just kind of took my luck and waited for her to drift a little bit, and it worked out good for us. So she got up real good. She was strong to wire. They raced good.
All right, congrats again, Doug. Let's bring in Nick Galucci. All right, Nick Galucci, winning trainer here, and I stood right beside you watching the race, and you kind of thought Prohibition Legal might end up the winner. A little bit surprised it was Silver Label.
Yeah, Silver definitely stepped up her game today. Perfect drive by Doug. I don't know if it's a half and 54 or what, but Legal just didn't really fire home the way I was thinking, but all the credit goes to Silver Label and Doug.
And you talk about the prep for a race like that. I mean, you've got 3 horses, all 3 of them in with a chance. They all drop beside each other. What goes into the week leading up to a race like this?
It's almost better when you have 3 in one division because you're focused on the one race, right? So you do everything you can and you get them sound, you train them up the same, and you just hope one of them comes out on top.
All right, congrats again, Nick. And you know what? I wouldn't mind having 3 like that in a division either. Let's bring in the man that does, though, George Millar. And listen, I mean, got to just be an incredible feeling. You've had a real fantastic couple of seasons in the OSS, and now tonight, Silver Label got beat by her stablemate last year, Prohibition Legal. This time she gets to the winner's circle.
Yeah, you know what? They're all three of them are nice fillies, and you know, obviously Label and Legal are two of the best fillies. But you know, Label's turn was coming, and I think she was kind of due. And I was sitting up there with my brother and watching the race, and the only thing I said to him before the race is because, you know, for 45 years, my father's been a big part of it. He passed away 3, 4, 5 years ago. And even Dougie said to me tonight, he said, we won this one for your dad. And I said, you're right. And I said, you know what? Hey, Dad, we won this one. So I'm pretty happy.
That's beautiful to hear. And, you know, so now when you've got three like this, and even, you know, Raptors won as well, right? I mean, that's another good one. But when you've got three like this, has she now become your favorite?
You know what? They're all my favorites. I mean, you know what? I love them all, and even the ones that don't race quite as good as these ones. I mean, I've never seen one I didn't love, and it's just a passion, and I love them all. So, yeah, Label's a favorite, Legal's a favorite. I mean, hopefully we see both of them, and Legal's okay, and she winds up in the Breeders' Crown next year, or next week. And but yeah, no, I love all of them. And Velvet Stinger too. I mean, she's such a tough little filly. I mean, she was so gritty coming first over there. She's never seen a 150 mile, and so I mean, I was proud of her too. Very proud of her. Yeah.
Just like your kids, right?
Yeah, just like my kids. I'm very proud of my kids. Very proud of my kids. Yeah. And my wife. And I want to say hello to my wife because she was sick and couldn't get here tonight. And so I said, don't worry about it. I said, we'll take care of it. So we did, honey. Yeah.
Very happy to chat with you here, Mr. Millar. Congratulations again. Silver Label, now an OSS Super Final champion.
Side lane, Silver Label coming through. And it's Silver Label coming through at the inside as she picks up stablemate Prohibition Legal late. It is Silver Label for McNair to win the Super Final. Prohibition Legal hung tough to get second. Down the center, got the gold third. Balance a tough fourth in 150 and 2.
Silver Label had a race in her stablemate shadow.